ready for another amazing episode. On today's episode, my title is just going to be Motivational Speeches. The reason I'm talking about this is because I hate them. I honestly do. And I just want to find out if I'm the only one who hates them or I have other people who are like me out there that hate motivational speeches as much as I do. And it's not that they are bad. Don't get me wrong. They are good for other people. Like, if you're the kind of person who, you know, thrives on such kinds of things, then I'm glad for you. I'm happy for you. And they help you. That's good. But for me, they're not the same. Like, it's not the same for me. I just don't find motivational speeches as something inspiring. I listen to them and I just like sneer or I don't know. It just upsets me. And something else that I found that I do not love is, words of encouragement and the Bible verses that people send me and I don't know, tell me like, if you read blah, 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 chapter blah, 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 you're going to find blah, blah. No, I hate them. Not that bad, again, not that they are bad. It's just that they do not work for me. Now, most people who know about my life will know there are a couple of things that have happened in my life. And there's only one person that I've ever told the entire story of my life. But most people do not. Most people do just know what I choose to tell them and not everything. But the person who knows everything about me will tell you that there are a lot of things that have happened to me since I was a child that shouldn't have happened to me. And it's because, for whatever reason, things just happened. And yeah, I'm an adult now. I can't still blame the world or people, or, well, I can blame people, but I can't just be angry with the world. And that's okay. Like, I get it. I can't be always angry and just, carrying these burdens and blah, 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 blah. It's fine. I'm okay. My problem is they're trying to be so strong and all of these things. It just terrifies me. I feel like the more I try to be strong for the world, the more weak I get, like spiritually and emotionally. So I'll smile at people and I'll say that I'm okay and I'm good. But then internally, I'm dying. Internally, I don't know, at the bottom. And then you meet somebody who tells you, like, the Bible says this and this and this in John chapter or Chronicles chapter or whatever. And I look at them and I'm like, good. Like, the thing that comes to my mind is, because I'm not a pessimist, but a lot of the things that have happened in my life have made me be very pessimistic about life. I've said this before. Whenever I pray for something, it might come, but it will be like 80% of the good and 20% bad. And this 20% bad will be greater than that 80% good. And I know people say that, oh, no, maybe you'll only focus on the bad and not on the good. No, I'll focus on the good, but I'll also be very, very aware of the 20% that is bad, because that 20% will be something that you cannot ignore. Like, you can have something good and be like, oh yeah, something bad happened, but it was nothing. When it happens to me, it's not usually nothing. It's something. And so I'm like, why can't God just give me 100%? Why can't I just pray for something and I get exactly what I prayed for? Or something similar to what I prayed for. It doesn't have to be the exact thing that I wanted, but why can't it be something similar? Something that will give me the same sort of feeling, like I'll still be happy about it and go like, oh yeah, I prayed to God to give me this, but he gave me even better, or he gave me something different. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it's still amazing. No, it might be exactly what I prayed for, but with a little nini at the end that, yeah, I can't give you 100%. That has been my life. I think I've said this before again, like when I prayed to have my own home. So when I was living back at home, A lot of things were happening. I could hear things that were being said. I just wanted to move. I moved out of home before I was ready to move out. And I think I've said that again before. And the reason I wanted to move was because, again, like, a lot of things were being said and a lot of things were happening that I didn't like. And so I moved out of home at 23, started living by myself. I remember praying for a day that I'll open my own door. Like, just know that I'm getting into my own house, my own place, and I'll be alone. Nobody will be, stepping on the house, on the floor when I'm cleaning. And then when I ask them, they answer me however they want. Nobody will be, insulting me because I'm not in my own mother's house or anything like that. And I used to want that. And so I got it. I got this job. It had promise of me being there for a while. And I was like, okay, let me move out. I found a decent place. I moved. That was a very happy thing. I finally moved out of home. And I was happy. I was opening my own door. I remember that first day when I came from work and I got into a matatu and went to Githurai 45. And I alighted. I went to my house, opened the door. Like, that feeling, I don't think that I've had that similar feeling ever since. I opened that door and I got in, and that was the best feeling I'd ever had. Being in my own place, nobody to disturb me, switching on the TV, blah, 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 freshening up, everything I did that day. I remember it. But then what happens? 2 months later, I had to quit my job because there was so much tribalism and harassment and nini at that workplace. I had tried for those 2 months. Actually, was it two? April, May, June, 3 months. Nilivumilia until I couldn't do it anymore. And I had to leave that workplace. So evil too. No money to pay my bills. I couldn't move back home because I had moved out, even though my grandmother was telling me not to move out, but I had my reasons why I wanted to move. And so now I couldn't go back home. And I had my reason for not going back as well. So yeah, I had prayed for something and I was living that prayer that I had prayed for. But then here was like something different that happened that made me feel like, okay, then why did you answer that first prayer? Like, why did you answer it only to do this to me? And then I spent an entire year without having a job. But luckily, that sort of worked out. I got a job. And also when I got it, people started, trying to put me down. But that one I stood for myself. And luckily, I was there for a couple of years. And it was fine. I made some of the friends I have right now from that place. And I'm very, very grateful. But then it got to a point where I had to move on, which is fine. But the most recent thing was me getting the job on a cruise ship. I had prayed for a better job, a well-paying job. And I did get it. I did. I prayed for everything to go smoothly. And everything did. My medical, which I was worried for because I had added a couple of, I had added a little weight by then. My medical came clean. I went for all these other things, every little thing, like even getting the money to fund all of these things, everything worked out until the last minute when my visa was denied. And I was like, God, if you knew this is what was going to happen, why did you let me spend all that money? Why couldn't I have just been denied? Like even the opportunity to interview. I shouldn't have gotten the opportunity to interview for that job. Because now it made me know that, yeah, I am capable of getting this and this job. It's just that somebody else sitting in an office in my country denied me a visa to enter in their country. And I wasn't even going to be in their country. I was going to be working. And it just didn't make any sense to me. The anxiety that I got at that time and the depression, all of that. And I kept asking God the same thing. Why did you have to make me go through all of this? All you had to do was just say no to that job prospect. And I wouldn't have had all that, spent all that money. That money I could be maybe spending it now. I could have maybe gone back to school. I could have done something else that could have been providing for me right now. A lot of other things I could have done with that money. but it had to go down the drain, like tukiangalia hivi. There's like, why isn't my prayer always answered like 100? Other people pray and they wake up in the morning and their prayers are answered. It takes them a little while, but then when the prayers are answered, they are answered like 100%. But mine is always 80 or 90. Sometimes it will even be 99, like that cruise ship job. Everything was fine, 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 until the 1%. So 99% of the 100 was good, and the 1%, God was like, I was lying, I was kidding. And I think I'm still stuck there. But a motivational speaker will tell me that's the problem. You're still stuck on that. You have to move on. You have blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you think I'm still just, yeah, emotionally maybe, but physically I've done a lot of things since then to try and move forward, to try and open new doors for me, to try and do ABCD, something that is going to just make me forget. Because I usually tell myself, like, I'll only ever forget about that job if I ever get 100 times better than that one. Because that job I was going to be paid good money, like good money. And that is just the salary. Do not, like, without including the overtime and all of that, just the salary itself was going to be good. And I'll be traveling from country to, like, you know people who have worked in cruise ships. Traveling from country to country, like, yo, I would have enjoyed it. A motivational speaker will tell me, God knows why you did not get that opportunity. God knows why it went the way it did. Then tell me why. Because if that job was in 2022, now we're in 2026, everything I've experienced since that time to now, nothing, and I mean nothing, has happened that has brought me even half of the joy that that job prospect had brought me. So God denied me that job prospect in order for me to come and sit in my bedsitter, wondering about where I'm going to get my next meal, my next bills, where I'm going to do what, like this business venture is not working, or YouTube, I'm still at 44 subscribers, or blah, blah, blah. God denied me that job, that opportunity to travel the world, that opportunity to be paid good money that will be helping me and my grandma and my loved ones. God denied me so that I could come and sit in this bedsitter worrying day and night about tomorrow. And even this evening, like, what am I going to eat tonight? Next month, not happy rent. That is what you want me to believe, that God denied you because he was planning something better for you. It has been how many years? Almost 4. Almost 4 years since. I usually say I did not quit my job because I just felt like quitting it. I will never regret quitting that job. I was going crazy in that office. I was depressed. I was thinking about committing suicide and all of these things. It was not a good place for me anymore. So I do not regret quitting that job. But I feel like I've been punished because of it since I left. I get an opportunity to travel out of the country to go and find work, and I stayed there for 2 good months. And still, nothing. As I said, nothing has happened that gave me happiness, even half of the happiness that job for the cruise ship did. Going out of the country, it was a quarter, because that one was now like a proper 50-50. People, I had heard stories, people had gone there, stayed, people have gone, come back, and only gotten a job the 3rd time they went. So I knew it was going to be 50-50. So that one, I wasn't even, like, I was excited about the traveling. They're going to see another country, to be in another place. But other than that, But people will come and tell you, God knows why he said no. God knows why things happen the way they do. God knows A, God knows B, God knows C. And I just want to scream to their faces, like, shut the hell up. Just don't. And the people who usually come and tell you that, you know what, things are going to work out, don't worry, oh, God is seeing, oh, God is blah, are people who have already experienced something good, people who are living through a good period of their life. These are the people who come and tell you that don't worry, God is saying, God is going to come through for you. It's never somebody who is in your position or even worse than you. It's people who have made it, people who have proper jobs, people who can pay their own bills, people who eat balanced diets, people who can afford life. They can travel, they can do what? They're the ones who will come and tell you, oh my God, God can do it. God can do it for me. If God did it for me. And this person who is telling you if God did it for me is somebody who stayed in their parents' house, somebody who has two parents. Let's start from there. And they stayed in their parents' house, like whether they were looking for work or whatever, but they were in their home, their parents' house. They weren't struggling in the streets. They were in their parents' home. Or even if they lived by themselves, they could move back home to their parents' house and be welcomed back. And they would have stayed there while looking for work. And maybe that's what they did. Or they had both parents supporting them wherever they were. And even if they stayed 5-10 years without a job, they had their parents who did shopping for them, who did everything for them. They had them. And then eventually their doors opened, maybe because their parents had connections huku na kule, and they got what they needed. This is the person who will come and tell you, if God did it for me. It's never somebody who has, never had a proper meal in their life. Somebody who is struggling, who is down there, telling you that don't worry, God is going to do it for us. And even if they say they don't believe it, because they're like, I've been living this kind of life for the past 10-20 years, like nothing has changed. So what is to make me believe that it's going to do so now? And somebody else the other day, just this past week, a friend, we were walking and I referred to myself as broke. And he told me, like, why are you calling yourself broke? You're supposed to be positive. If you say positive things about yourself, your life is going to be positive. And I told him, I'm tired of lying to myself. Right now, at this moment, I'm a very, very broke bitch. I'm not saying that in the future I'll still be broke. I'm not even saying that there is a future for me. That's the other thing. But at this moment, the life I'm living right now, I'm very, very broke. And people, then I went online and somebody had written as well, like, speak words of affirmation to yourself. Preach, life to your future or blah, 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 blah. Do not call yourself poor or whatever, because what you say is what you... I'm like, shut the hell up. Shut it. Because you do not know my life. Do you think I've never envisioned a happy life, a beautiful life? Do you know where I thought I'd be in this moment? I've done all that nonsense of, write about, I don't know. First it was, New Year's resolutions. I did that, nothing. I don't know, vision board. I did that, nothing. Not that I wasn't even pursuing them. I was pursuing these things. There's a year I said I wanted to do a business, and I did. I fought for it. I started a business only for some other people to make sure that it fell on its head. And it died just like that. I had a resolution. I had my resolutions. I had a vision board. I had done all of these things, and I thought I'd achieved it. Maybe my problem was involving other people in it, maybe. But right now, I'm trying to do something for myself. And the results are the same. Nothing is changing. Nothing is working. Nothing is happening. And I'm left to wonder, like, did somebody curse me or something? Because make it make sense. Why is nothing that I'm trying to do working the way I would wish it to work? Why is nothing that I want to happen working the way I want it to happen? What did I do wrong, honestly? So yeah, I'm poor. Right now, I'm broke. Very. That does not mean that that's the thing I want to. I'm not breathing that into my future. I'm not saying that I'll forever be broke, but right now I'm not done lying. Because who am I lying to? Saying that, I'm rich. I told him, I remember telling him that, so you want me to say that I'm rich and then I go to the house and sleep hungry? Whose mind is going to be broken by that lie? Mine. So let me know that I'm broke. Knowing that I'm broke makes me work harder or try to work harder so that I don't become broke tomorrow or I won't be broke tomorrow. Lying to myself that I'm rich does not do what you think it will do. Like I won't tell myself, oh, I'm so rich, and then I don't know, magically go outside there and become rich. Me telling myself that I'm rich won't make me work harder in order to be rich. No. But knowing that I'm broke, knowing that I do not have food for tomorrow, knowing that I do not have next month's rent, that is going to motivate me to work harder to try and get it. So no, don't give me, I don't know, words of affirmation or motivational. I hate them. And I never used to. But this almost 4 years, because come April, it will be 4 years of me being jobless. 4. So yeah, these past 4 years have shown me that no, you telling me that don't worry, God is going to do it does not mean that God is going to do it. Me not worrying has made me sleep hungry, has made my electricity run out, tokens zikaisha, and I was in darkness. The little food that I had in the fridge spoiled. Me believing that, relaxing and being like, God is going to come through. Because I've said this, I work for people sometime and they refuse to pay. I did work, I did the job. I made sure I was providing for myself. I did it. I woke up, I took a shower, I left, went, worked. This person told me, don't worry, I'm going to send the money. And I sort of believed in them and I went home and I waited and nothing. You wait, you call, you text, oh, I'm sorting you in a few minutes. And then it's nightfall. And there's nothing. You end up sleeping hungry. You end up running out of tokens. And then, where is God then? It's not like I'm saying, no, he's never there. He is. And I've seen him work miracles in other people's lives. But they don't get me wrong. And in my situation, sometimes, he gives me 100, sometimes. But that 100 usually comes with like I don't know how to describe it. Like, yeah, unapata 100, but I had to embarrass myself before getting the 100. It will be, God, please help me just get this thing. Please, please, please help me. But in order for me to get it, I had to beg in order to get it. It wasn't just like a simple, hey, could you please? It was anxiety. It was bursts of depression. It was a lot of sadness, a lot of crying. And then I was like, okay, fine, let me lower myself. Let me put myself in this situation. And then I did. And then it worked. And people will go like, yeah, he says, ask and it shall be granted unto you. Did I have to go through the depression, the anxiety, the sadness, the crying, the humiliation? Is that the asking? Because why can't it just be like, okay, God, please, I'm asking for a good job, a well-paying one with good people that I'll be working with, like a non-toxic environment. Amen. And then I wake up in the morning and all the jobs that I've interviewed for, one of them will just be like, hey, is this Mildred? I would like to see you for an interview tomorrow. And then I go and it works out. And the next week I'm starting work. Why can't it be that way? So, people tell you to read, I don't know, Ben Carson and all these other books that were written to try and motivate people. And I'm like, for what purpose? Someone else's journey is not my journey. Yes, they were what, and they did this and they worked hard. Like, if hard work is what you would pay people, I believe in me, I'll be a millionaire. And I know most people, because I do not make any money, think I'm just lazy, that I do nothing. But if hard work is what made people millionaires, I would be a billionaire, not even a millionaire. I would be so, so rich. The people who have money are people who just go to offices and sit. And their juniors work hard, and then they get all the money and the praise. But this person who's working hard every single day, the one who has to go to the office at whatever time, answer emails at awkward hours, that person is making way less than that person in the office who's just sitting waiting for their juniors to do all the work so they can take the credit. So hard work alone does not pay. Hard work helps, yes, but it's not what is needed for you to be, I don't know, successful. And people say it as if it's nothing. Like, you have to work hard. You have to push yourself. You have to do it. Don't. For a whole year, I've been working on my YouTube page with Wi-Fi issues, with not knowing what content to give you, with all of these things. And like when I have Wi-Fi, like let's say I managed to get to pay for it for a month, that is 30 days. These 30 days, I'll have to record shows for 2 months. That month that I've paid for and the next one. Because I do not know if I'm going to get money for that next month to be able to record and upload and or do all those things. So I have to work double hard. Like I'll have to, in a week, I told you, like in a week I'll have to do like 4 shows or even 6 sometimes. If I want it to be like for 3 months or something, because I do not see where that money is going to come from. Yeah, I'll make money, but I'll have electricity bills, I'll have other bills, and Wi-Fi becomes like a luxury. So I'll wake up in the morning, I'll be editing, and I'll be editing again on the video app, and then doing all of these things, uploading it, then doing the same with the second one, and that it takes up the whole day. And now I'm also baking. Do you want to know how much I'm making right now? 0. Because the baking is not profitable yet. And this YouTube thing, 44 subscribers, what am I making? Nothing. And I'm busy. I try to work hard. I work hard at it. I'm trying to write again. That is also something else. If I was in the States or any European country, I'd be making money from my YouTube because I've gotten enough subscribers. I would be on Patreon and I'll be on this other platform. Like my writing will be getting money. I will be making money on social media. But because I'm in Kenya, that's not working. My other online activities, they're bringing in some money, but very, very little. So I have to choose what to do with that money. I have to organize myself that this will do this, this will do this, this will do this. And the luxurious things that I would like to do, like, and not even luxurious things, by the way. It's just simple things that you need. Like any other person who has like a proper job gets to do them without thinking about them. But I have to choose. Do you want to eat this week or do you want to have Wi-Fi? Do you want to have electricity or do you want to have Wi-Fi? Do you want this or do you want that? Why can't I just have everything that I want? Because I've prayed for it. It's been 4 years now. I've been praying. I've been trying to do the work. I've been applying for jobs, but nothing. And then somebody will come and look at me and go, like, hard work pays. Don't worry, itajipa. Don't tell me that. But at this moment, just don't try and encourage me. Because your words, honestly, as good intended as they are, I feel like they mean nothing. You tell me, oh, God is going to do this, God is going to do that. I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not saying that that does not exist. I'm not saying that he hasn't blessed me in other ways. I know he has. I know he exists. But don't tell me, because you'll tell me and it angers me. It makes me pull further from him. Because I'm like, oh, so you mean he exists and he has done it for so and 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 so. But when it comes to me is where he draws the line. And he goes like, yeah, nah, I'm not interested in helping you out. Is that what you're telling me? That he doesn't want to help me? He helped you. He did it for you and for so and so and so and so. Because people also try to tell me stories of other people. Like, unajua nani? Unakumbuka nani? Aki alikuwa hivi, na alikuwa hivi, na alikuwa hivi. Alafu, aki one day out of nowhere. Vitu zikafanyika tu hivi. And I'm supposed to be like, oh my God, so no. That just makes me sad. Because I sit with myself and I'm like, God, you did that for so and so. Why not for me? Like in my life right now, I've been comparing myself to Job from the Bible a lot. Like God just punished Job for no reason. Testing him for no reason. He was a very obedient person. He loved God. He did everything for God and all of that. And then God just decided to start taking one thing after the other from him until he had nothing because of a bet with the devil. Seriously. He made Job suffer because of a bet with the devil. And then when Job was like, oh, no, mi nimechoka, I'm done. You have taken everything away from me, nini, nini. And he lamented and he complained. The devil was like, haha, I won. See? And then God was like, yeah, I'm going to restore everything. Why did Job have to go through all that in the first place? So if this is me being tested to see how strong I can be, I'm tired of being strong. I gave up a long time ago, honestly. I'm just existing in this life as it is. I'm not living. I'm existing. And it's exhausting. So when somebody comes and tells me, I don't know, some motivational, it just angers me. Honestly, I hate them. All of them. Bible verses, even prayer. I've come to hate praying because I pray for something and it doesn't work out. And if it does, it's like 80%, 90%, or 99%, never 100. There's this song from Don Moen, I Will Sing. That first part, it keeps replaying in my head. So, okay, let me just tell you what the lyrics say. What keeps replaying in my mind. Lord, you seem so far away, a million miles or more it feels today. And though I haven't lost my faith, I must confess right now that it's hard for me to pray. That part especially. But I don't know what to say and I don't know where to start. But as you give the grace with all that is in my heart, I will sing. And then it continues. My mind doesn't go to the rest of it. It sticks to the first and second, they call stanza, like that. It remains there. And I hear him singing with his sultry voice. I keep hearing him sing those two verses every single time. I must confess now that it's hard for me to pray. And that's where I'm stuck at. I've said this before. Things go bad for me sometimes, even though I've prayed and I've prayed and I've prayed, that I get anxiety when I think about prayer. Because I'm like, I'm going to pray and God is going to do the opposite and I'm going to suffer. Like if there's one thing I never want to experience in my life again is pain. Because pain doesn't have to be physical. It can be emotional, and I've suffered a lot of emotional pain. And I hate it. I hate pain. Like, when it's physical, you can know that, yeah, I have a headache. I have a stomach ache. My leg is in pain, something. But when it's emotional, how do you solve that? A couple of years ago, an uncle of mine sent me, I think there were 10 songs, and they were all gospel. And the way they are sung and the words that they are saying, they're supposed to encourage you because they're motivational. They're talking to you about God. This person is singing about how God has helped them and how they were patient and how God did it for them, blah, blah, blah. They are gospel songs. From the outside, very amazing songs. The first time I listened to them, and I think this was in 2021, I cried like a child. Like I cried. Every song, every lyric, I was crying and crying and crying. I haven't listened to those songs since I think that 2021. While I was in the village, I was playing my music on my phone, and I'd put like Israel Mboni. And then after his songs finished, I wanted something else that was gospel because I was with my grandma. And then I went to put those songs, because they're in a, playlist. The first one started and I just removed them because they just took my brain back to 2021, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't. I couldn't listen to them, and I've not been able to listen to them ever since because they just destroy me emotionally. They're supposed to be uplifting, but they don't uplift me in any way. They make me sad. And that's just the thing. So, yeah, no. I don't like motivational speeches. I do not like words of affirmation. I do not like people just, quoting Bible verses and I don't know, words that people say that were encouraging. They are encouraging, but to you, to me, no. Have you ever heard of somebody who says, like, if there's something that is going to happen that is bad in a situation, it's going to happen to me? Anybody else will go through that situation and they'll move, they'll walk through it and go to the other side. But me, that bad situation will happen. I'm one of those people. And so when people tell me, but I did it, like that job for the cruise ship. I remember I have friends who had worked on cruise ships who had told me, no, I went for the interview and I passed. And I was like, no, but I'm afraid, I don't know. I know the answers, I've crammed them. I know what to go and say, how to behave, how to dress, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, no, but no. Me, I went and it was just, easy. It was quick. They will not deny you. And then I went there and it didn't happen the way it happened to them. And I know I shouldn't compare. And that's the other thing. You're giving me motivation because it worked out for you. What makes you think that because it worked out for you, it's going to work out for me? Stop telling me that things are going to work out because they worked out for you. Just stop. I'm living for the moment. I've been living for the moment for a while now. And so the only thing I can do is be like, okay, this has happened. Okay, if it's good, I take it and I say, thank you, God. If it's bad, I also take it and I'm like, okay, that's where you wanted me to be at, God. So it's okay. So thank you. And I move on. Whatever is thrown my way, I take it and I move on. I take it and I move on. Because I have no other choice. Honestly speaking, I have no other choice. But I've come to hate prayer. Come to... There's a time I was reading the Bible until I was just like, no, this thing is so sad. And my mind is not ready to take in any more sad things from the Bible just so that I can get an encouragement at the end of it. Because I'm like, why should I suffer for all this time so that I can get a little bit of good? Why? So no, I don't want it. I don't want to pray. I don't want to read the Bible. I don't want to go online and find people talking to me and telling me not to worry. Don't tell me not to worry. That makes me worry even more. It makes me upset. It makes me very, very angry, by the way. The things I've been listening to on social media nowadays, they are things that tell people how I'm feeling. So I'll go and follow, a creator who talks about, like, there's this guy. He just started being famous towards the end of last year, David something. This guy talks like it's as if he's me. And he says these things and I'm like, yeah, David, yes, that's true. Yes, that's how I'm feeling. Yes, that's how it is. Oh, yes. Because that is where I'm at. And it's like I'm screaming to the world, like, this is where I'm at. Can you listen to what this man is saying? I'm not just reposting because I don't know he's a handsome guy or whatever. I'm reposting because I need you to listen to what he's saying and understand that that is what I'm saying. I'm telling you what I want you to know through him. So could you please listen to what I'm posting and understand that that's where my mind is at. So don't come to me and tell me, don't worry, God is going to do it. And I just posted something with that guy saying, don't tell that to people. Don't find me worried and then start telling me, do not worry, everything is going to work out. The Lord is going to provide, blah, 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 blah. Well, I've just posted something telling you not to tell me that. Don't listen when I'm resharing something on Instagram. Listen to what is there. It has a meaning. There's a reason why I listened to it and I was like, okay, let me reshare this. I don't just reshare things for the fun of it. So listen and don't come and tell me to have faith, to be patient. It's been 4 freaking years and nothing. So yeah, no. And it's not that I've not been trying, that I've not been applying for jobs, that I've not been pushing myself, that I've not been, trying different ways to make ends meet, that I've not been trying to be strong and be grounded and be all of these things. I've tried all of those things. But it's like the universe wants me down there. It's like there's somebody pulling the strings and they keep pulling me down. Keep reminding me to keep my head under the water, and I do not understand why. So I constantly have to try and breathe in, push my head out of the water, breathe in, and then somebody pushes my head under again, and I have to fight and then come back out, then I'm pushed back down, and that's my constant punishment, I think. And then while I'm doing that, while I'm trying to breathe, somebody comes and tells me, well, God is going to do it for you because he did it for me. And I'm supposed to cheer for you. And I'm supposed to be happy for you. And I am happy. I'll cheer for you. But I'll also be sad for me. Because it makes me wonder, okay, so God can do it for you. Why can't he do it for me? Why hasn't he been doing it for me all this time that I've been asking? All the things that he let happen to me in my childhood, in my youth, while growing up, all those bad things that happened, he let them happen. Where was he? So, yeah. I could probably talk about this for such a long time. I could say a lot of things, but I think I'm going to stop there. I'm just done. The thing it was just, don't tell me to listen to, I don't know what motivations. I love listening to podcasts, but believe me, it's never about telling me to work hard or, I don't know, to aspire for what. I love listening to the What Now podcast by Trevor Noah, but because he talks about life, it's just simply about life. There's this clip I recently shared on my Instagram where he was talking about kindness and being nice. The difference and the similarity, it's the same thing sort of, but it's not really. And he's just smart, and that's why I love that man so much. I was listening to him and I was like, oh yeah. Because it's about life. It's the things that you experience. The same way I listen to that David guy. Because what they say, they're not trying to give me advice. They're not trying to tell me, push on and I don't know. No. They're being real. Life can be unfair, yeah. People can be bad. They're not trying to tell me, no, work hard, blah, blah, blah. No. They're telling me that, yeah, it's not always about working hard. Sometimes it's just good luck. A little bit of working hard, yeah, maybe. But it's mostly good luck. And maybe mine, I don't know, it has never come from where it was thrown. Somebody took my good luck and buried it somewhere. And I don't know. I keep praying. And maybe you guys help me to pray that maybe one God is going to, remove it from wherever it was put and throw it my way. because I need that a lot. So, yeah. If you ever meet me, just know I don't want you to tell me, don't worry, things are going to work out. Don't tell me that. Don't quote the Bible to me or for me. Like, don't do it. Just don't. It doesn't do what you think it's going to do for me. It angers me and it saddens me and it makes me furious with the world and with God. And so don't try and encourage me by quoting the Bible. Don't try and encourage me by telling me, a story about somebody else who was through what. I've seen people who have been through it and God helped them come to the other side, but I'm still stuck. So until I'm out, I will still clap for people. I'll still be happy for them. But until it is my turn, I don't want people telling me that God is going to do it for me. Let me see it. Let him do it for me. Let me see it. Let me experience it. And then I'll say, yeah, God. Now I understand why I had to suffer through everything I did, because this is pretty amazing. But until he does it for me, nah. I'll clap for you. I'll be happy for you. I'll pray for you. But until it happens for me, I'll still feel how I want to feel, because that's the only thing that keeps me sane. So, yeah. Don't give me motivational speeches or send me motivational speeches or Bible verses or anything like that. Don't. If you want to pray for me, pray for me. Maybe God will listen to you. But don't tell me to pray. So, yeah. I'm going to leave it at that. Tell me in the comment section down below if you have been like me, if you or experienced a moment in your life where you are where I am right now, or if things just have always worked out for you. Tell me, whichever way. As I said, I'll clap for you. If things have always been good or things are good for you now, I'll be happy for you. But just don't tell me those motivational things. I don't want them. Yeah. So yeah, please remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so that whenever I upload something new, you're going to be amongst the first people to come and listen.